Welcome back to Beyond the Philippines, the channel that uncovers the amazing, surprising, and forgotten connections that tie the Philippines to the rest of the world. Today, we're going global. Did you know there are streets, towns, buildings, and even entire districts named after the Philippines in other countries? Some were named during colonial times, others in honor of Filipino people or heroes, and a few have stories you'd never expect. So stay until the very end as we count down 10 places around the world that carry the name Philippines. Let's begin. Number 10, Manila, Arizona, USA. In the deserts of Arizona lies a small, almost forgotten settlement called Manila. This unincorporated community in Navajo County was named during the Spanish-American War in 1898, the same war where American forces took control of the Philippine capital from Spain. To honor that victory, American settlers named this Arizona outpost Manila. It never grew into a full-fledged town, but it still appears on maps. It's one of the rare American places to carry a direct Filipino name. While not many live there today, the name serves as a geographic tribute to a time when the Philippines suddenly became a household name in the U.S. Even in the quietest corners of the American Southwest, the name Manila echoes history. Number 9. Philippine Center, New York City, USA. On Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, New York, one of the most prestigious streets in the world, stands the Philippine Center. Opened in 1974 under the Marcos administration, this 7-story building became the official hub for Philippine diplomacy, culture, and tourism in New York. Imelda Marcos personally led its inauguration, and it remains one of the only national buildings on Fifth Avenue. It houses the Philippine Consulate, the UN mission, and a gallery that showcases Filipino art and heritage. With murals, cultural events, and even a replica of a Filipino town map inside, the building is more than a consulate. It's a cultural embassy. The Philippine Center proudly brings a piece of the motherland to one of the busiest cities in the world. Number 8. Escuela, República de Filipinas, Buenos Aires, Argentina. In the heart of Buenos Aires, Argentina, a public primary school carries the name República de Filipinas, the Republic of the Philippines. This school, opened in 1956, was named to celebrate the diplomatic friendship between Argentina and the Philippines after World War II. It's more than just a name. The school has celebrated Philippine culture, hosted Filipino diplomats, and even flown the Philippine flag beside Argentina's. Students here learn about Jose Rizal and Philippine history, creating a cultural bridge between two faraway nations. It's a touching example of global friendship, where Filipino pride lives in the classrooms of South America. Number 7. Philippine Village, St. Louis World's Fair, USA. Back in 1904, the United States presented the Philippines to the world at the St. Louis World's Fair by creating an enormous Philippine village. Spanning 47 acres, this village showcased over 1,000 Filipinos from various ethnic groups like the Igorot, Moro, and Visayan peoples. It was a controversial exhibit used to justify U.S. colonization by presenting Filipinos as primitive, but it also brought Filipino culture, crafts, and music to the eyes of millions of Americans. Though troubling by today's standards, the Philippine Village put the country in global headlines and left a permanent mark in St. Louis. The name Philippine became embedded in American culture, even if the portrayal wasn't always fair. Number 6. Barrio Las Filipinas, Alhama de Murcia, Spain. In the town of Alhama de Murcia, Spain, there's a neighborhood called Barrio Las Filipinas, literally, Philippines District. The name traces back to a historic mansion called Casa de las Filipinas, likely built by a Spaniard who lived in the Philippines and returned home. As the neighborhood developed, authorities chose to honor the area's history by naming streets after Philippine provinces: Calle Luzon, Calle Mindanao, Avenida de Manila, and more. Today, you can walk through a little piece of the Philippines, in Spain itself, on streets named after islands thousands of kilometers away. Number 5. New Philippines, Caroline Islands, Pacific. The Caroline Islands, part of Micronesia and Palau today, were once called the New Philippines by Spanish colonial administrators. In the 18th century, Spain managed the islands through the government in Manila, effectively making them part of the Philippine administrative zone. Because of this link, Spain referred to the region as Nuevas Filipinas, or New Philippines. It was an attempt to mirror the value of the Philippine colony elsewhere in the Pacific. Though the name didn't last, historical maps and documents prove how far the name Philippines once reached under Spanish rule, even into Oceania. Number 4. Calle de Filipinas, Lima, Peru. In colonial-era Lima, Peru, a street was once known as Calle de Filipinas, Street of the Philippines. The name came from the Royal Philippine Company, a Spanish trading firm with a branch office on that street in the 1700s. The company handled trade between Manila and Latin America. Ships brought indigo, silk, porcelain, and spices from Asia into Peru, all through the Philippines. Though the street is now known by another name, its past identity as Calle de Filipinas reminds us how the Philippines once played a key role in global commerce. Number 3. Philippine, Zeeland, Netherlands. Surprise! There's actually a town in the Netherlands called Philippine, and it existed before the Philippines was even named. Founded in 1505, Philippine in the Dutch province of Zeeland was named after King Philip I of Spain. When the Philippine Islands were discovered and named after his son, Philip II, the name ended up being shared across continents. Today, Philippine, Netherlands is known for its seafood, especially mussels, and proudly displays the name that echoes one of Asia's most famous nations. Number 2. Avenida de Filipinas and Islas Filipinas Station, Madrid, Spain. In Madrid, Spain, there's a district where the Philippines is remembered in full. Avenida de Filipinas is a main road, and beneath it runs the Islas Filipinas metro station, both named in memory of the former Spanish colony. There's even a monument to José Rizal, the Filipino national hero, standing tall in a small park. Filipino tourists often stop here for photos, and cultural events are sometimes held in the area. Madrid's gesture to name these places after the Philippines speaks volumes about shared history, both the glory and the struggle, and the respect that remains between two once-bound nations. Number 1. New Philippines, Spanish Texas, USA. And finally, the most unexpected place, Texas. Yes. In the 1700s, parts of Spanish Texas were officially called the New Philippines, or Nuevas Filipinas. Spanish missionaries and governors used this name to honor King Philip V of Spain. The area even appeared as New Philippines on old maps, and some documents describe towns like San Antonio as part of this new realm. The name faded after the colonial era, but the fact remains. Texas was once, at least in name, a new version of the Philippines. It's a powerful symbol of how deeply intertwined Spanish imperial history was, from Southeast Asia to the American frontier. Well, we know that the countries we've mentioned in this list are just the beginning. The truth is, the name Philippines has reached even more corners of the world. There are still other streets, towns, and stories out there that we haven't explored yet. So if you've come across a place named after the Philippines somewhere in your travels, let us know in the comments. We'd love to discover more with you. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss the next journey. Right here on Beyond the Philippines. See you in the next one.